Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the Mad Knives, a 5-album, 5-movie sci-fi concept project, and today we're doing a weekly journal entry. This is TMK015. Where are we? We are in album and movie 1 out of 5. We're working on vocalists, and they're sort of back in action. So we're working on the farmer and the pilot. Let's get into it. Show the logo, play the music. Okay, what happened last week? Well, I made a whole crazy video about how I thought I was in a valley now, but I think we're climbing out of the valley. So the farmer is back at it. He got through his other project, and we talked a little bit a couple days ago, so he's back in the pocket working on things. But the interesting thing is that I might switch him over to the pilot. We had a conversation about that, and he seems open to it. And I've been thinking about it for a while. I'll probably talk about that in the feelings section. And then he also had a new candidate for the farmer should he switch to the pilot. So it could be a bunch of changes, could be whatever, but the big news is that things are in motion again, which that brings us to the next section, I believe, where we'll talk about all of this. Feelings. So the last couple weeks I had been talking about like maybe a plateau coming for the project, and then last week it felt like it was like a real valley instead of a plateau, like everything seemed to have gone wrong all at once, which was probably an exaggeration. But the overall feeling this week is that we're back in motion. That was a short hiatus, but the feeling now is we're back at it. So like I mentioned, possibly switching the farmer candidate over to the pilot. That was a thought I had been having actually for a few weeks, even before my initial candidate for the pilot didn't work out that well. Listening to the farmer's tracks, there was a sort of there's like a confidence to the way he was delivering them, which is obviously a very good thing, but it felt maybe a little too confident for the farmer. So let's see if we can do this in all the right colors. So the candidate I had for the farmer, I think, is now going to do the pilot. He seemed up for it. I told him just to, go back and listen to the tracks from that angle and see if that still seemed like a good idea. And then he mentioned a friend of his could be a new candidate for the farmer. And I emailed once or twice with him and might be talking to him this week. New farmer, ? So this is a lot of progress all of a sudden again, hopefully. Trying to get back into the swing of things in my brain after that weird little hiatus. But this is all good news. So I was hopeful that the farmer would come back around and still be interested in working on this, and he did, and now I got to start talking about him maybe as the pilot, and this is good progress. If he could do the pilot part, that would be tremendous, because I'm still overly concerned about that one coming off correctly. So if he's got a feel for it and can make that happen, that would be kind of amazing. And then possibly a new candidate for the farmer. We'll see how that goes. There is also another possible candidate that is supposed to maybe be doing test tracks for me, but I sent him that stuff, gosh, maybe almost a week ago now, and haven't heard from him. So I don't know what that could mean. So the good news though is that in general, we're back to work on the male vocal parts, and that's making me think a little bit about what could be next. So what's next in general is producing these male vocalists and getting that part done. And then I'm dying to start thinking about mixing. Like, I felt really derailed the last couple of weeks in general. And now if we have the male singers working again, then I can feel like maybe it's time to think about mixing a little bit, which would be like, it's going to be fun and interesting and a little nerve-wracking, I think, to start working on getting this mixed. So mixing is in my head. The other cool thing to talk about is I just got done doing another video from the story series. This is video number 9 for a song that's called It Feels Fine Now. And that's song number 9 out of 10 in the story series, so we're almost done. I highly suggest checking that out. I've got all those in a playlist on the YouTube channel, but it's just about the story that's going on in this first album, not the making of or any of these project updates. It's a very cool series to see what's going on with the Mad Knives as they go through all of this. All right, this is kind of a short journal entry this week, but really mostly all that happened is I feel like I'm getting back in the vibe of things. That's what's going on. We're getting back to work after a very short pause and cranking away with these male vocal parts. So do all the internet stuff if you want to, like, subscribe, whatever. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.